I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
The Confederation of African Football, CAF, added the various groups for under 17 and under 20 AFCON no betuja. Under 17 na yenyina ye doubt say kwambia so Ghana ebetimi akobi esan so the new structure and abenti no ye default kra we yanka se di me betimi asan akobi. And so new groups aba no Ghana yenka ho ewo baabi a under 20 no ene yeka ho bi. Under 17 eba so ewo Morocco fit the 30th of March ekosi 19th of April. Samsung under 20 and so beba so 26th of April, ekosi 18th of May. Inti ya no ahye no sonson e de amame. De be koso bia no, me de honkomo e de bebro. Ghana and Nigeria under 17 AFCON ye nkobi. Nanso kupimu e wo under 20 AFCON a Ghana and Nigeria and ekobi. Ivory Coast kan bi de and so omo e na e host sa tournament no. Yen hwe e screens ne so na yen hwe the various groups a womo wo under 17 and under 20. Measures here from under 17. Group A, Morocco, Uganda, Tanzania, and Zambia. Group B, Burkina Faso, Sanso, and one country, KSA fi Unifac, Ebebesho, Munsi, and also Omabesho, Amanomet Miasanko, so South Africa, and Egypt. Group C, Senegal, the Gambia, Somalia, and Tunisia, and Somalia, Munina, under 17 AFCON, so Ghana, and Kobi, Asemom. Mali, Angola, Cote d'Ivoire, and a Unifac 2, almost ebewo Group D, amanometimi asanko so nti Unifac 1 and Unifac 2 no onbehwe no the countries na behwe ho amanometimi asanko so ye wafu zombi ne de ye di kan eye de amayen enya de Ghana ne Nigeria ekobi under 20 ne so and da screens ne so no. Group A, Cote d'Ivoire, Unifac 2, DR Congo, Ghana, and Tanzania, inti Ghana, send me kan di munche mo bro, be 3 days ago no. Group A no, baby our countries near 5 no. E na Ghana yako. Group B, Nigeria, Egypt, South Africa, and Morocco. Samsung Group C, Senegal, Zambia, Kenya, and Sierra Leone. Inti yebehwe Unifac no, I know say ebeye Congo Brazzaville, whatever the country is, na ye hu sene and no mabetimi asanko so. Inti Ghana, you Group A. National Swami say first 2 countries are top all the groups qualify to the quarter-final stage of the competition. Tibenya 6 countries pair 2 best third place teams abeka ho. Na Group A 5 no so be edited just the points kostro. It do be say do di fit no points na do di third Group A enye fin ho no. On betia film and son of my sign I just suppose with other 2 groups aka will be any cinema. No man saying eji e de akwa keka 2 countries say koka ho emo ye 8 quarter final stage of the competition. Tia no ahye no sonson e de amame. Me pa cha subscribe to channel no say for platform we so a post notification bell no ye nyina ye miaso na ye fento all. Ye like video ye like it na ye share to other social media platforms. So ye drop a decent comments for special shout out after my presentation no. Say Facebook and TikTok and our nama Emmanuel TV Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, new sports and recreation minister, Honorable Kofi Adams, idi egusua edin kobo. Na yensu egusua follow no. Bebi obeko biya me de nkomo ebebrel ewo fidikese so. Endra okokopie ewo Metro TV. Na Metro TV nkomo a wode koto dwa a very site na me de brel no miensa. Dedi kan sisi ane de no first class flights for government sponsored trips and our travels. Inti se we Black Stars, say players na echo officials di echi no business flights na mbeje di amayen ne di akwa kopi mo ho oso mdo mbekasa o mbeti ase isan say his excellency na eden komo we ebaye di etosum yenu bebia na me match concern pa ema wini bonuses a eto de bia na kama ansa na echi kakra bia san aba no e no se o sesi an mama Black Stars na ye de se Black Stars ne ye da omo ho mfaso no ebetimi di ama other national teams a ema ne ka ho bi de tosum yensa ha wasan eden komo betu dwa chese nyame atoma next week that time Naket Eden Simon Okreku any vice president of the Ghana Football Association Mark Addo are available womekwa akohia wom kodin komo e de afa Black Stars dem ho isan say data ekuta no from your technical team very poor enyinko yekra and today is the time okwot dem ahwe say Otto any coaches bi na technical team bi ene hia ya Ghana AFCON yentimi anko bi nti eden na saa coaches ni nyina ye yi o mafi ho na mpanimfo bu ha ya pam o mafi team ni mu na Otto lead team no oguso ewom we nyina ye nkoma a ye hwe ewo ye ni so.
That thing we have heard you say is that the footballing community or the football people or the FA will no longer be flying on first class if government is the one funding the budget. And I ask, is it just for officials or it includes the players?
Well, clearly, if the president have directed all of us not to fly on first class tickets, why should anybody within Ghana want to do that? Why will anybody want to do that? For the players, mostly basically they fly on business already, so there will be nothing. You are not doing anything, and I'm told even the officials they fly unless it's a chartered flight. If it's a chartered flight and there's first class in the chartered flight, that one we will say that when you charter a flight and there's a first class seat in the chartered flight, you will not sit because you've chartered the entire flight.
Okay.
But then hardly do we charter flights that have first class seating. Mostly flights that are chartered are those with very minimal business class seats. Sometimes you have maybe about 6 or 10 business class seats, and the rest is economy. Seats. So you can ask them to reconfigure the planes to accommodate some space, leg space for the players because it's a chartered flight. And so we're not going to spend unnecessarily, and that one is a fact. When some of them read, they called me up and told me that they don't even fly first class. So it means
business class is acceptable.
No, of course, business class is acceptable. At best, you cannot rule that out. Maybe if you are doing a journey that is so long, you can squeeze them in economy class and then for such a long trip. But if we are just doing 2 hour, 1 hour, 3 hour flight, and that is what is available, we will of course manage.
Okay. Honorable, we'll be wrapping up shortly. The time you I see. Now there's one from the producer. He says one of the challenges we had with the previous government and ministry was the late payment of bonuses to especially the women national team. Often we had issue. How are you going to be managing that? I think,
like I said, our football has been focused more on Black Stars.
Okay.
All the other levels, even male, not just women, male suffer same challenges.
Okay.
That we are in. Sometimes we are in arrears. They have to agitate before they get paid and what have you. So women football will receive some attention, and we will do so when we work very hard to also make savings from the running of what? Black Stars.
Okay.
And I believe that we can make some savings in the running of what? Black Stars. And once we make some savings there, it makes it easier to honor the commitments to what? The other sports and especially the other football, whether male or female.
So that the Black Stars becomes the cash cow on which the others may feed.
Well, that's because it's the mainstay of our of the country. Anytime Black Stars don't qualify and they don't go far in every competition, how do we feel? We feel so bad.
Okay. Now, talking about the Black Stars, I'm sure the ordinary Ghanaian football follower or consumers' biggest expectations the next 2-3 years is to qualify for the World Cup.
Yes.
We have just missed out on the Africa Cup of Nations that will be played later this year in Morocco. How do you ensure that we get to play in Mexico, Canada, and the United States in the World Cup of 2026?
Well, I can assure you that whatever government must do, government will do to support the playing body and the management to be able to do what they must also do right to help us qualify. And necessarily so, that's why in few days' time, when the FA president is back home and the vice is also available, we'll be having some serious engagement. The technical team of the Black Stars especially. I know a lot of Ghanaians have made comments about the technical team, and we represent Ghanaians. So we must carry these concerns to have engagement with them. Government pays the technical team, and the money we use in paying them is the money we take from the people. So we must be interested in what goes in there. They took all those decisions before we could put in place or nominate even the Minister for Sports. And so I had no role. I have checked with the persons responsible for sports during the transition period. They also tell me they played no role. So there's a need to re-engage on that. If after the engagement, answers are very satisfactory and we feel like, well, the decision that has been made is in the best interest of Ghana and it must stay as such, we will communicate to Ghanaians. If it is the case that the answers is not satisfactory, the data that we analyze and the financial commitments will not throw us off balance, then we will see to take the right decision that will help strengthen our senior national team.
But do you think those were rushed decisions, especially when there was a new government and a new minister was going to be named?
If you were in their shoes, what would you have done? I know you asked the questions, but in this case, what would you have done? Many have told me they would have possibly waited to at least see indication before taking that decision. So, and I share the view of those who really had that. Maybe you would have avoided all these discussions now. Maybe the question you would have been asking me is what went into taking this decision and not what will you do. And I would have been very well informed right from the word go.
But I know you have data on the Black Stars performances, especially under.
If you look at the data, it's not good.
If you analyze the data, do you have confidence in Coach Otto to take us to the World Cup?
The data is very poor. The data is terrible. If you're looking at the data only, then there's no way you. And that's why the FA itself took a decision to do away with all of them. So one was surprising that the head of the team was maintained and then the rest were asked to eat. So we will check. As for the data, you have it, and anyone looking at the data will know that no, this is no. But maybe something informed that decision.
Okay.
If it may be financial, it may be some enhancement of technical capacity and what have you. An engagement will necessarily let us know what it is that led to that decision.
Enti ochiame oni na asem ka e no se na wasuma se ne nkomo ne bo baaye ene ebo koyi ni na no me de hon komo de abro e wa fidika sie so ibano kwame yasetu esan etachire Dominic edizane thumbnail edit video we so onso awdo comment e baaye me fa akonya we so e ma special shoutouts sets o comment ewa ha Nyankopon ensure Bernarda also comment ewa ha Leo Zamani also comment ewa ha Nyankopon ensure Don Prinko Don Prinko fi hey didn't heavy papa I know say my mention is saying now Don Prinko and Kasane Udin Sanso ena Sahel Angel Media or se Ghana yankwan ko hu kwatsen Sankofa Ministries ya na say apostle anya dia obema ye ni match ba akokra ho nkomo kakra no so de aba no El Capitano so de komo aba Zamani onso e de aba Lenyo Zamani Nyankopon show Albert Inkum Nyankopon nya okese close to oye heavy papa me appreciate your efforts our channel kese we so Edu Owen Emmanuel El Capitano Olembe Wahab Adele we Addo'S Maswell send one spelling Adrian so then come up Bright Ando also super fantastic Atoma Raymond Bernarda Nyakupon show Nana Atakra tetifodin pa Atakra jimamo onso Nyakupon show Sansona Nelson I make sure they can Amanda da also heavy papa but the mercy makramo until you meet again on this platform it's bye for now.